Hi, all. Black Magic Barbie here. On today's Throwback Thursday video, I am introducing or reintroducing my Apocalypse water to the market. This includes a video that will follow right after this one that was recorded, I want to say it was probably June or July of 2020. Enjoy, and I hope that this gives you a little bit more information on my take of war water, which I call Apocalypse water. Hail thine south and take care.
So Apocalypse water, I created during the virus frequency hijacking rite, or I actually created it for the virus frequency hijacking rite, performed as a group ritual for hire on Easter this year. So we had happened to, we had already decided to sign up and to do this ritual, to perform it. Just thinking it was going to be a sacrificial rite. It never even dawned on me I would be creating water for something like this or a magical elixir. So we happened to be taking the kids at the beginning, right at that time of year is when it gets warm enough here to at least go to the river and put your feet in. It's still really fucking cold, so you don't go in swimming, but you can go and just enjoy the scenery. And the kids always have a good time. So we go down to one of our usual waterfall river areas. And we noticed that for the second year in a row, it had tornadoes rip paths all the way down this river. And you could, as soon as you got out of the car, you could feel this like massive chaotic energy. And I told JS, we need to collect some. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we're getting ready to do this chaotic rite to create chaotic change in the world. Let's grab this water. So I did. I brought it home and mulled over it. And I decided to do a ritual where I summoned in Satan, Belial, Shemyaza, and Astarte. Is that bottle? Can you hear me? That bottle right over there? The jug, the water?
Yep.
So I summoned all of them in, and I made blood offerings to each one of them and infused this water with their energy, as well as I called in Margol, which is the vulture god, because he does eat dead and create new life from it. And
Baal,
the
storm god.
The storm god. So I called in all of these entities and I forged their energy within this bottle, and it sat upon our Belial altar for, I think it was 6 days. And I thought, okay, we'll just consecrate the ground for the virus frequency hijacking rite. And that's what I wanted to use it for. So we did that. And as that happened, the thunder and lightning struck, and we knew that there were storms coming in. There could be tornadoes. And JS said out loud that he dedicated any deaths, not that we wanted any deaths, but that we dedicated any that might occur from these tornadoes to the storm god Baal. And we then finished the forging of this water with that ritual, which included 3 sacrificial rites. That should have been the end of it. However, we wake up the next morning and there has been tornadoes that ripped a path from just up north of us, like 10 miles, all the way to JD Temple and Orly Stewart in Virginia. And it killed 33 people. So, and if you think back on where we were at Easter in the world, the COVID had just started. And within a week, I think it was maybe a week and a half, is when the Floyd incident occurred and the whole world turned to complete chaos and change. And that ritual was to empower those of us that are of adversarial blood to come out on top of all of this change and chaos, as well as to bring truths to the world that would make this place a better place for us to leave our children. And that is where Apocalypse water came from. So this particular water is to create great and drastic change, to bring forth truths within yourself or within your reality.
And storms.
Storms and justice. Like that's how I see this water. It can be used banefully. Most of the time, I would guess it probably would be, but you could also use this if you have a job that you feel stagnant at and you just can't seem to push forward. Sprinkle some of this and state your intention. In a relationship that feels like there's an obstacle, that you were saying, I think it was Dark Flower, about, you know, feeling like you have some sort of obstacle for money. I'd put some on a dollar bill and, you know, put it up on your wall or on an altar.
Hi, Barbie Garrett here. Today I am doing and preparing for a rite in a couple of days on Easter Sunday, the virus frequency hijacking rite. JS and I obtained some water from a local waterfall that we absolutely love up here in the Georgia mountains. It is a waterfall that we frequent quite often, and for the last 2 years we have noticed that there have been tornadoes that have gone through down the path of this particular waterfall. All that chaos and destruction energy. So we went and obtained ourselves some of that water, consecrated it right on the spot. We have had it sitting on our altars within our own home for the past couple of days. I think it's been about 6 days. And now I am going to do a consecration ritual with it in order to bind certain energies, Astarte, Shemyaza, Belial, and Satan himself, to the water within this jar, as well as some of our shamanic energies that we work with on a regular basis. And we are going to make war water, which will come in quite handy for our virus frequency hijacking rite on Sunday. So enjoy. Belial, Belial, teacher to the lost, come. Guider to those that need salvation, come. Bringer of my reality, come. Belial, come. Alash Tad, Alash Talash Tu. Alash Tad, Alash Talash Tu. Alash Tad, Alash Talash Tu. I am Maya. I am Maya. I am Maya. Oh. Astarte. I see you, my dear. My very, very pretty, scaly baby. My queen, you are always here. I never have to look far. Shemyaza, the warrior, has sent me along my path to find my calling within this world. Strength, honor, kindness. You are everything. Yes, the flame is reacting. It's been a while. This is always so personal. Satan.
Satan, come. Satan. I call you out of respect because I know you are always with me. Satan. I have missed you. I have called all of you here. As you know, we are on the precipice of great change. We are manifesting these changes into our own realities. I would like to ask your help in the most humble of fashions to create war water, to use upon those that would enslave us, because we do wage war. I am unsheathing my sword. Ooh. Noas. I ask you to consecrate this blood as I mix it within this paint, to paint your sigils on the outer four walls of this jar, so that your energies may infect it with chaos, destruction, power, manifestation, and change. Great destructive change. Satan, I ask you to consecrate this wine so that I may take your power within myself. Strate, I ask you to consecrate this wine so that I may take your power within myself. Shemyaza, I ask you to consecrate this wine so that I may take your power within myself. Belial, I ask you to consecrate this wine so that I may take your power within myself. I drink the blood of the gods. I offer you this water to consecrate your powers within it. Become something unlike anything us mortals have seen, so that we may become something other than mortal. This rite calls for blood, and I offer my own. May this, you always send the wind. It speaks to me on so many levels. Thank you. Thank you for bestowing your powers upon me. Thank you for leading us to be free. Shemyaza. You already have all that is I am. I am I O Uma I A. Ooh. Astarte, Queen of Light within my darkness, you have always shown the way, and I thank you for that. So, Satan, known by so many names. names, but this is the one I'm most fond of. You have shown me what true freedom is, beyond any mental, emotional chains whatsoever. Me, oh. No us. I ask you to possess this water with your being, that of carnage, as we must do, as we must, things that we never thought possible, things that we never thought we would have to do. But you have shown me that it is not what you were supposed to do. It's what you choose to do about the evils within this world. I choose to fight. We are going to hijack this energy that the powers that be have put out there to destruct and destroy. I claim that power for me and for ours. We take this power within each of us. And that power will continue to sustain, recreating itself. Just continues to grow with each additional soul that we enlighten, with each additional soul that becomes awoke, turns away from those that would only enslave our minds, bodies, and souls. I claim freedom from anything that would oppress me, anything that would give fear, anxiety, depression, that keeps your mind in a state of panic, does not allow you to ascend. This rite calls for blood, and I offer my own. May it go forth as an offering to Satan. May it bring him strength in the coming war. I use my Damascus steel blade that has been turned over upon itself at the highest heat over and over and over again. Just as I hope these energies are turned over to forge something unbreakable. And I will consecrate our earth on which that we do our virus frequency hijacking right with such. Margot, the turkey vulture, I call you within this circle. You that has given me the war mantra. You that can take anything completely destroyed, dead, and return it into living. I hear you, pretty. Alashtad, Alashtad, Alashtu. Alashtad, Alashtad, Alashtu. Alashtad. Alashtad, Alashtu. Thank you, Margot. Thank you. Margot. Astarte. Shemyaza, Belial, Satan, witness. Montak mana, Bonuch se no, Kamatache, Nach ma baba, Sevonos, Wauneme. Ayamaya, Amayayam, Ao, Noas. is gonna be so badass. God, that was intense. Thank you. I shall use this atomic bomb that we created.
It's Racha Belial. It's Rachel Belial.
Margot. I shall now consecrate this earth that we stand upon in order to wage war upon those tyrannical forces that shall oppress us. Montek, Mane, Bono, say no, Kamachate, Nache, me, be, Se, bonos, wa, uneme. May I, no what? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Golden blood and the body. El Bayel, the storm god. We thank you for the storm. We thank you for the tornadoes that are forecast to touch down in our area. May all those they kill be sacrifices to Baal, the storm god.